yeah, I guess. I don't know what to say about that. It's probably just isn't it? Hello and welcome to Eurobike. We've got 4 massive aeroplane hangar-sized halls packed full of new bicycle technology that we need to show you, so we better bloody go and get on with it. We're at ZF Automotive. They are now in the world of e-bike motors. This is their Centrix motor. As you can see, it's very, very compact. It weighs just 2.5 kilograms and it produces 90 newton meters of torque and a peak power of 600 watts. That's pretty impressive when you consider its small footprint as compared to a Shimano EP801, which is slightly heavier at 2.7 kilograms for its 85 newton meters, and as compared to the Bosch CX motor as well. As you can see, we've got a concentric motor layout. That's because it uses a strain wave gear technology for achieving the reduction ratio to match the motor speed. It's similar to what TQ have with the harmonic pin ring in their HPR50 motor and what Free Flow Technologies have in their motor, but it's not exactly the same. Pretty unique to this motor design is that it doesn't actually bolt into a frame. It's clamped in by something that looks kind of similar to a stem faceplate. So you literally just undo these bolts here and drop the plate out, and then there's just a connector there for connecting up to the battery and battery management system. ZF have some batteries to go with this motor. There's a 756 watt hour option, 504 watt hour option, and they are also developing 350 watt hour one for bikes like SLE bikes and gravel bikes where they want the down tube to be a lot slimmer. So the lightest cross-country mountain bike fork on the market at the moment is the Fox 32 Step Cast with the reverse arch, and it weighs 1,287 grams. Now, Motion Engineering from France are looking to compete with that. They're looking to produce a cross-country mountain bike fork that is sub 1,200 grams. So the Motion Engineers are developing a linkage fork. This is 100mm travel with a 50mm stroke rear shock, damping the wheel displacement. A 55mm stroke would bump that travel up to 120mm. Key to it being so lightweight is the fact that it is a single leg fork. So as you can see, this is still very much a prototype. It is rideable. We're not going to see it on the market anytime soon, and it will initially launch as an OEM only fork, but we might see it aftermarket as well. So apart from the fact that this fork is asymmetrical, the other eye-catching feature is the fact that it is a linkage fork. It does look like it might be overly complicated, like Motion have added more links in there than necessarily need to be there to actuate the shock. And that's because they have, but what's happening here is that they are integrating an anti-dive mechanism. So here we've got the brake caliper mounted on a piece of aluminium that pivots concentric to the front hub. Now that essentially is an attempt to isolate the forces involved with braking from the forces involved in suspension compression. We see something similar on downhill bikes where they use a floating brake arm to adjust the anti-rise, where they're trying to just change how the suspension is impacted by the forces involved with braking, and what applies there applies here. It's all the same concept. There's an article on the Pinkbike homepage about this now, so you can find out more about that anti-dive mechanism there. This here is Schwalbe's new cross-country mountain bike tyre. It's the first time they've made a 2.4-inch tyre for cross-country. This one is for a 30mm internal width rim. There's no alliteration this time, so it's called the RIC XC. So basically, Schwalbe have made this in response to the demands of their athletes, like Matthias Flukiger, and what they wanted was something that offered a little bit more bite than the fast-rolling Thunderbird for better grip in soft conditions, but that was a little bit faster rolling than the more aggressive racing Rush. Looking at the tread pattern, we can see that we've still got quite a low-profile centre tread with that familiar sort of chamfered edge square blocks down the centre. There's fewer of them and they're spaced much further apart for better bite when the ground gets wet and soft. In the transition area, we've got these low-profile rectangular shaped blocks. While they might aid in like cornering grip, they also basically just add extra rubber at that point in the tyre that is vulnerable to pinch flat. And then we've got the much higher profile lugs at the edge for cornering. So for those who are struggling with the tyre clearance or perhaps want to run the tyre on a 25mm internal width rim, there is also a 2.25 width option. In a 29 by 2.4, this one weighs a claimed 760 grams in the Super Race casing, which will soon be known as the XC casing. It's available in the Addix Speed compound and the Addix Speed Grip compound, and it will retail at €68.90. So you'll know Leatt as a protection and apparel manufacturer, but now for the first time in 20 years, they're producing components. We've got pedals, stems, and behind me, we've got handlebars as well. Most of the range is aluminium, but at the top end of the range, we've got pedals and stems made of magnesium. So Leatt are calling the magnesium range of components Ceramag. That's because they're ceramic coated. So in the aluminium range of components, we've got a range of different pedals. We've got flats available in 2 different widths. We've got the endurance clips, the all-mounting clips, and the gravity clips. These are not a new proprietary mechanism. These are just standard SPD clips. Looking at the stems, we've got the gravity stem, and it's available in 33, 40 and 50mm lengths, and they're 35mm clamp only. At the top end of the range, the most expensive stems are those magnesium ones. They're the lightest of the lot. So as compared to the same length aluminium one, the Ceramag one is 93 grams in its shortest length versus 141 grams in the aluminum version. Now this new range of components is on the higher end of the price spectrum. At the top end here, we've got the Ceramag flat pedal. This one with the titanium axle retails at $319 US. Going for the regular axle, that price drops considerably to $259 US. Similarly, when we look at the clipless pedals, these retail at $339 US. Now, Leatt have gone for magnesium because it's quite unique and they're entering the market, so they want to make a song and dance about it, I guess. It's very lightweight compared to aluminium, as I said, but they also have some vibration damping claims with this. Now, they say that the magnesium, as compared to the aluminium, is better able to absorb vibration. So Leatt also have a new range of handlebars. These are just available aluminium, there's no magnesium here. So they've got a 23mm rise and a 38mm rise option. What's really interesting about this is that you can't actually buy the handlebar on its own. You have to buy it with, and in combination with, the grips. The package is $119 US. We've got yet again more vibration damping claims in the grips with Leatt's Reaflex material sandwiched between the plastic insert of the grip and the rubber. So we now have a drone manufacturer making e-bike motors. DJI have come to Eurobike with the Avinox motor. It's a high torque, high power, compact motor system weighing just 2.52 kilograms. It has a maximum torque of 120 Newton meters and a maximum peak power of 1000 watts. So those very impressive numbers are achieved in the boost mode. In the normal assist modes, the maximum torque is 105 Newton meters and the peak power is 850 watts. Either way you look at it, what DJI have done is incredibly impressive. That's one of the highest torque densities on the market. To put that into context, your Shimano EP8 1 motor, which weighs 2.7 kilograms, has a peak torque of 85 Newton meters and a peak power output of 600 watts. So this is far more powerful at a lower weight. The batteries are also really impressive. So DJI are working with LG Electronics to produce their batteries. They've got a 600 watt hour option and an 800 watt hour option. So the 600 watt hour weighs a claimed 2.78 kilograms. That compares to Shimano's 504 watt hour battery that weighs 2.95 kilograms. There are some other interesting features with the DJI Avinox system. So on the top tube, we've got a touch screen, so you can swipe between data sets relating to your ride. Also on the top tube is a charging point, a USB-C slot where you can charge a phone or your bike computer or whatever else you want to charge. We also have a small wireless remote here on the left-hand side of the handlebar that allows you to toggle between assistance modes. There are 5 of them. You've got Auto, Eco, Trail, Turbo and Boost. There's a pitch sensor on the bike that allows the smart algorithm to determine how much assistance it should give you in the auto mode. This frame, the Amflow PL, is specifically designed around the DJI Avinox motor. It's got 150mm of rear wheel travel paired with a 160mm fork, and in this build spec you see here, it weighs a claimed 19.2 kilograms. That said, it's not yet available. Amflow plan to launch in fall of this year. When it does hit the market, this Amflow PL will be available in 4 sizes, medium to double XL. All will have a rear centre length of 445mm. It'll have a 64-degree head tube angle and a 77-degree effective seat tube angle.